All right. Hello, YouTube. I'm going to talk to you about a few things. That a lot of you younger people and older people, you're just simply not going to want to hear. But it's going to happen. I've been around the block. I've been around many decades, and I'm going to tell you why I believe that rap, hip hop music is going to be dead within the next couple of years. And I'm going to give you an example of a reason why. And music that I liked, music I liked a lot, still listen to it. All right, here goes. Back in the early 70s, a new dance music started coming out. It ended up being called disco music. I love those beats because I came off of listening to a lot of Motown stuff from the 60s. So I liked the dance music. And this music kept going. It was cool music. It was music that we all listened to. All the boxing greats listened to it. It was the most popular music in the 70s, the disco music. But something happened at the end, and it wasn't, they had a big event like in December, I believe, of 1979 in New York, I believe it was, where they took a bunch of records out, put them in the middle of the field and burned them. And they were like, this is the death of disco. It wasn't. People kept listening to it into the 80s. And what happened here was all this weird, homosexual, the P word things started leaking out from New York, Los Angeles, a lot of bad things. But you have to understand we didn't have the internet back then. But we got enough bits and pieces on the television and through word of mouth and whatnot that in them magazines and printed media, what was going on. And it put a stigma on the music, and it died out in the early to mid 80s. Now, I hope you just listen to that, what I just said, very closely. Because now we have the internet and information is everywhere. You have to sift through it to get to the truth, but the truth's there if you dig and you start looking. So what's going on now with this P. Diddy, the ridiculousness of this is going to be way worse than the ridiculousness of looking back at disco, by the way. This is going to be much worse. Rap music, hip hop, I don't know if they're the same thing because I don't listen to it, but they're both dead if they're two separate entities. They're gone. They're done. And you are going to get the pleasure, as I have with disco music, of being in your car, and when somebody pulls up next to you at a light, you cut your music down, maybe roll your windows up because you are not really keen on who's hearing what you're listening to from your music, because maybe they'll get the wrong idea about you. And rap music's going to be way worse. They're immediately going to start thinking false masculinity, uh, guys that act tough but never were tough at all. And this is the whole damn lot of them. It's from even the baddest of the bad that were running the rap records, that big physically big guy that you all are scared to death of, but we'd put a baseball bat through the side of his head because we don't walk in normal fear that the rest of you do. That big guy in L.A., bad boy. I don't know the names of these things. I'm just watching, but you're going to see that you've been in a false bravado, that you've been in a world of terrible, effeminate, emotional men and women that want to act like men, that have pushed forward every debaucherous thing that could be done, from harming children to harming young adults to the drug culture, to bashing men, women, children, races, stoking every form of hate while they're committing all these acts themselves. A downfall of the culture. If you go back and you look at the world pre-hip-hop, pre-rap, it was a different world. It was a different world. Well, yeah, it was racist back then. No, it wasn't. It's more racist now. Blacks and whites were more stable in families and success and all these things. And the world you've been seeing for the past 30 plus years, and the decay of culture, and the effeminate, spirited rap artists, rap promoters, rap record company owners, and all the above have been nothing but effeminate, peas, pedos, and homos. And that the looking at this for what it is going to be coming very soon, because all things eventually get brought to the light. And this is why I believe, and I know full force in my heart, that this type of music is dead. I believe that the black community is going to look back and vilify this type of music a lot more than the white community or the Hispanic community or other communities. It's going to be the black community looking at this music with the most disdain. It is going to be the black community which calls out the effeminate nature of these highly emotional men putting on fronts of toughness, which has led to the effeminate behaviors of drive-by shootings, the inability to be able to settle things in the street with these like the black community used to do back in my day, just like the white community used to do. And we're seeing a lot of effeminate behavior, crazy, high emotional, crazy, lunatic mess that comes from this music, listening to it, acting with it, moving in life with it, and it's all coming to an end. And eventually you're going to be in the car, you're going to have your rap music on, and somebody's going to pull up beside you, and you're going to cut the music down and roll your windows up, because you are going to be embarrassed to the dickens that you still listen to the mess. And what I say is shame on those who pushed this junk on us and got a whole generation to liking this perverted mess.